Hello Tokusatsu community, welcome back to my SODO Sundays series here on the Toku Toy Store YouTube channel. This is the series where I cover all the latest SODO, YUDO, and SHODO line of news from the figure lines from Japan. Today we have news from Kamen Rider Geo, some big news from another line of SODO figures, and we even have some YUDO news. Lots to talk about, so let's get right into it with Kamen Rider Geo. So, Kamen Rider Geo's SODO Set 3 is still pumping out figures every couple updates here. We've already seen the Forze armor, and the Fize armor, and the Ryuki armor, but we have two new armors going into this line to finish out Set 3, so let's go ahead and talk about those two. First up is the Genmu armor. So the Genmu armor has popped up in the show in the most recent episode, episode 9, and it's basically just a repaint of the X8 armor, but there's no big like punchy glove things, and also the helmet says Genmu now instead of X8, which makes sense. But it is a Gates exclusive form, but it's exactly what you'd expect the Genmu armor to look like, and it's just in a one box little set. You know, you have all the Genmu armor pieces, and then you put them on the Gates figure. Pretty exactly what you'd expect if you know anything about SODO. There you go. So the Genmu armor is coming. But also, like I mentioned when I revealed the Ryuki armor, or talked about the Ryuki armor, Bandai said that they're going to be making SODO figures for all of those, so far, toy exclusive forms. And we have our next one. Den-O. So Ryuki and Den-O are in Set 3. And that rounds out Set 3. So Set 3 is 8 boxes, so it's a big set. It's the biggest of the Geo sets so far. It's even one of the biggest SODO sets in a while, maybe even of all time, because it includes 2 boxes for the Forze armor, 2 boxes where you have one, you have a Gates body, you have a Geo body, you have a Gates and Geo armor body, you have a regular Geo body, you have the Genmu armor, you have the Fize armor, the Ryuki armor, the Den-O armor. They really packed a lot into this set to make it really cool. So 5 armors, 2 armor bodies, and a Geo body. Good job, guys. You really made Set 3, I really think they made Set 3 to the fullest that they possibly could. But now, the Wizard armor, that popped up in the show in some of the most recent episodes. They teased it today, or they teased it a little bit. They showed off the picture of it, but they had a little blurred and stuff, so you couldn't really see it very well. And they revealed that that would be part of Set 5, which is weird because it should be Set 4, because we just finished out all the news for Set 3. We don't have any of the figure lineup for Set 4, but they said something about this being Set 5, so maybe that was a typo, or maybe Set 4 has a lot of things in it they couldn't put Wizard in there. But I guess only time will tell with that, because Set 4 I'm sure will be the next thing to be revealed. And then we have just a little bit more of Geo SODO news that is a little interesting to bring up, and that's the fact that some pre-orders have gone up on different sites for future SODO sets months in advance. And when the pre-orders went up on certain websites for Set 6, something interesting was in there. If you remember last year, there was the Kamen Rider build sets featuring X8. Set 8 and Set 9 were SODO Kamen Rider build featuring X8. Well, we found out from these pre-order links that Kamen Rider Geo SODO Set 6 is featuring build. We don't know what though, but it's featuring build is in the title, so we'll have some kind of build thing from that. And then also, there was a listing for a Geo SP set of SODO figures. And last year when Build did that, it was villains. It was the Guardians, and then more Guardians, and then the Kaisers. And so maybe it's possible that maybe this SP set will be maybe the Another Riders, some villains like that, because there's no other villains they could really do for that. So maybe the Another Riders are coming. But that is just speculation, that's just me guessing. But for the Geo Set 6 featuring Build, well, there's only 2 build forms that we don't have SODO figures for, that were shown off in any form of build media. That is Prime Rogue, although that's coming out with that big box. It just hasn't been officially revealed about that yet. So the only real figure that it could be is Rabbit Dragon, which was the form that appeared in the final episode of Build for a couple seconds. And also that was not SODO related, but that form was just shown off as a figure art at Tamashii Nations 2018. So it's possible that that form could be in the SODO line finally and get that final build form out there. But only time will tell with that, because we just wrapped up set 3 news, so we still have set 4 news and 5 news before we ever get to that. So it'll probably be at least a good month to a month and a half before we find out what that figure actually is. But something's coming with that. So the next SODO thing is big. This came out of nowhere. It shocked me, shocked my good friend Corey, who does SODO Showdown. This came out of nowhere, but Kamen Geo is celebrating, the anniversary of the Heisei period, and so SODO decided, hey, let's celebrate that as well. So they revealed last week that there's going to be an entirely new SODO line starting next year called SODO Chronicle, and this would be a line that will go back to previous seasons and make SODO figures for those seasons that either are updates of their original Candy Toy figures or maybe forms that never got figures like this before. And they're starting with the first Rider series of Heisei Phase 2, Kamen Rider Double. So Kamen Rider Double has been shown off as SODO Kamen Rider Double, and 2 sets have been shown off. One set that is a general retail release set, and one that is a premium Bandai set. So the first set includes, really cool figures to start off with. We have Cyclone Joker, Fane Joker, and Kamen Rider Joker are the first set, and that's a pretty good set. So, and it does show off that they can split. You can make them be whatever form you want them to be. They can split down the middle. They have that gimmick. And they look really good. They look really good. So, SODO had started with X-Aid, and you had X-Aid build in Geo. But now they're just going back. I mean, SODO already does that. But SODO seems that they want to, focus on a complete season like this again. So that's cool. That's really cool. As for the premium Bandai set, we have Heat Metal, Luna Trigger, and Cyclone Joker Extreme. They're coming out in that set. And that covers basically all of Double's main forms. And they all split apart. They come with the metal shaft and the trigger magnum and new holdy hands that can actually hold the weapons. That don't just peg in, they actually can hold them, which is kind of neat. I do appreciate that. And yeah, they look really, really good. They just came out of nowhere. It was just kind of shocking. They come out in February of next year. One's going to be up for pre-order on Premium Bandai later this week. And the other one, not sure. But it is retail from what I know. It was a little confusing with trying to translate what those posts said. So it's possible that both of these will be Premium Bandai. But I'm pretty sure that set 1 is not and set 2 is. I'm pretty sure. I'll fill you guys in on that once more information comes out for that. But I'm pretty sure. And then, if this news wasn't already filled with news this week, YUDO revealed a Lupin Ranger vs. Pata Ranger SP set. This will be the 3rd set in the Lupat YUDO figure line, and so far it's come with some pretty cool stuff. It's revealed to have 4 boxes in this set, but they only showed off boxes 3 and 4. 1 and 2 are still a secret. Box 3 is like an accessories pack set, so if you remember in the show, they can use their different mecha, like the blade and the shield, or the sword and the shield. They can use that as like a boomerang thing. They can use like that fire hose thing. And usually YUDO is like, just use the mini plow versions. They look ridiculous and big, but it's fine. But this time they're like, alright, well, we make them for SODO size. So we have a SODO sized shield. We have a SODO sized little boomerang thing. The fire extinguisher, water thing. The bow and arrow thing. We have a Lupin Magnum connected to the Versus Changer. Just a big accessories pack basically for any of the Lupat Rangers to use. And then we also have a re-release of the Portaman from set 1 from set 2 because a lot of people really wanted that apparently. So they re-released that as well. So if you wanted to continue to army build with that, or you didn't army build the first time, well, now you can. And yeah, that's all there really is for the YUDO line. That came out of kind of nowhere, and we don't know what boxes 1 and 2 would be. Possibly Super Lupin Red and Super Lupin X. That's possible, because those are 2 forms that we haven't gotten. We could get Lupin Tricolor from the summer movie. We could have gotten that. I don't know, but we'll see what Lupat does with their YUDO line going forward, and see if we get those 3 forms that we don't have yet. Before we wrap this episode up, we wanted to show off a little funny image that was shown off by one user on Twitter, @BladeGnome. You can see that they made this really weird and funny looking SODO figure, just this big, everything connected. Like they use pieces from like the Build line and the SODO line and the XA line, and even like previous Candy Toy lines were in here as well. And they just, it's really interesting looking. You have like V3's head with like build pieces and Gorillamon and the DJ gun connected to the Muso Saber and stuff. It's just, I love it. I think it looks great. And yeah, so I just want to give a shout out to that image. It looks pretty funny. Not news, but you know, it's SODO related. This is SODO Sundays. It fits. I like it. Yes. But that's all there is today for episode 6 of season 2 of SODO Sundays here on the Toku Toy Store YouTube channel. If you liked my content here, check out the rest of my content on my channel, Toku Topics. You can follow me on Twitter at Living Ranger Key. You can check out my podcast, the Toku Teens Podcast, or the podcast that I'm a host on, RRR The Streets. And until next time, guys, Tokusatsu forever.